You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Bufa. Dozens of school buses in Long Beach have new high-tech cameras to crack down on drivers who put students' lives in danger. Newsday TV's Cecilia Dowd has the story.
The first thing out of my mind was, what a great way to save lives of our kids. And that's really what the message we want to get across.
The school bus stop arm camera program is coming to Long Beach. What does it mean? Put simply, if you don't follow the law, you'll be in for a hefty fine.
I see it happen all the time. I see cars and trucks pass the school buses all the time.
So you think this is a good thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
The program is a partnership with Bus Patrol. Here's how it works.
When the bus stops, the arm will come out, and if you're in violation, a picture will be taken of your car. That will then go to the police department, where we have people who review every single violation and determine whether or not it actually is a violation.
And if you are guilty, it'll cost you $250. And even more for repeat offenders.
These are all license plate reading cameras. And then there's Ava up there, our artificial intelligence engine, who works in sync with our license plate readers to be able to create that rich, holistic evidence package.
Right now, Long Beach officials say violators will just get a warning. But starting August 6th, you'll get hit with a ticket.
These types of programs save the lives of children. Every day in the United States, there's about 17 million stop-arm violations that occur.
We're not in the business of letting people get away with this anymore. One illegal pass could put a child's life at risk.
Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
An SUV was stolen with a child inside. Suffolk police say the vehicle was stolen around 10 last night from the Checkers parking lot in Brentwood. It was found about 10 minutes later on the side of the road with the child inside and unharmed. And a funeral was held for a fallen 9/11 first responder. Charles Afanasovich died on July 4th from a 9/11 related cancer. He served as a sergeant in NYPD's Harbor Unit for 40 years. After the terror attacks, he helped evacuate victims from Lower Manhattan. The 79-year-old Massapequa Park man was also a Vietnam War veteran. And Long Island bridge inspectors will be helping in the recovery from the deadly and destructive flooding in the Hudson Valley. At least one person has died following the storm. A 35-year-old woman drowned while trying to leave her home in Orange County. Heavy rains forced evacuations with some roads and bridges washing out. Governor Kathy Hochul is calling this a 1,000-year event.
This is the new normal. And we in government, working with our partners on the ground, have to work with our communities to build up resiliency, to be prepared for the worst because the worst continues to happen.
Now, the brutal weather dropped as much as 8 inches of rain on some areas. Early estimates show tens of millions of dollars worth of damage. And health officials say bacteria is putting a pause on swimming at 81 Long Island beaches today. They're warning against swimming at 18 beaches in Nassau and 63 in Suffolk County. Now, health officials say heavy rainfall may have caused higher bacteria levels in the water. Now, for the full list of beaches affected, head to Newsday.com. And they're illegal to ride on our roadways, but police say that has not stopped some drivers from tearing down the street on ATVs and dirt bikes. Stephen Langford explains how law enforcement is handling the situation in a story you'll see only in Newsday.
On a summer Sunday, this kind of carefree wheeling in the mud may or may not be your cup of joe. But it's within the law to let her rip here at Moto One Long Island Dirt Bike and ATV Club in Calverton.
I'm able to operate legally. As a private club, we're not open to the general public.
It's illegal, all-terrain vehicles and dirt bikes on public roadways like William Floyd Parkway. That has led to a crackdown by Suffolk County Police and other law enforcement agencies.
We're seeing a huge uptick in the public nuisance that's created with these large groups of ATVs, dirt bikes, and all-terrain vehicles that are now basically commandeering local roads, interrupting traffic, causing traffic hazards, and it's becoming a big problem.
From the pavement to the Pine Barrens, authorities have beefed up targeted enforcement against ATVs and dirt bikes operating illegally and sometimes recklessly.
They will stop those vehicles. They will issue citations and summonses to the operators of those vehicles. as well as impound the vehicles in question.
We'd be weaving in and out of traffic, stopping at stoplights at major intersections and holding traffic up just for a thrill or to promote fear and to promote terror.
So far this year, Suffolk police have issued more than 100 citations for infractions including speeding and driving while intoxicated to dirt bike and all-terrain vehicle drivers.
What we did was we increased the redemption fees for that to make it more difficult to get them back. Doubled the fines and actually doubled the redemption fee.
Offenders now face fines of $3,000 to retrieve an off-road vehicle after a second seizure by law enforcement. Authorities say they're now seeing a decrease in reports of menacing vehicles on area roadways. Back in Calverton, the dirt bike and ATV club owner says those riding illegally are muddying his reputation.
Well, certainly it gives all bikers a bad name, right?
Cleaning up the mess. Steve Langford for NewsdayTV.
To read more about the Suffolk crackdown, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. All right, listen up, Long Islanders. You still have a chance to win big. The Powerball's jackpot has now reached about $675 million. It's the 9th biggest prize in history, and according to lottery officials, the odds of winning are 1 in 292 million. Good luck out there. The drawing is tonight. All right, let's take a look at your Long Island weather, shall you? Before you become a millionaire, tonight you can see it's mostly clear skies with temps in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, it looks like sunny all day with temps in the 80s. You can see from start to finish, it's going to be a real nice one.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
A trading card illustrator who got his start here on the island is now having his work admired by millions. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday. While most artwork admired by millions hangs on museum walls, the art adored by millions of Magic the Gathering players is shuffled, folded, and played with. The wildly popular trading card game and the Lord of the Rings universe has come together, and some of the art wedged between players' hands was created by an illustrator who got his start here on the island.
Honestly, I think just having like a bit more space than being in the city.
Irvin Rodriguez began his artistic journey in Ronkonkoma with his first gig out of college.
Being in Long Island, I had a little bit more space, and kind of just being surrounded by nature was pretty inspiring.
These are some of the cards Irvin illustrated.
End of building will be 8:30 on the dot.
Long Island card shop owner Joe Aprano says he loves learning about the face behind the cards.
So seeing a local artist being able to be portrayed on these cards is actually really cool for that.
Players agreed.
It's on this one too.
And we're delighted to hunt for Irvin's name while opening the new set. Now, though Lord of the Rings has plenty of art on its own, you wouldn't believe where some artists were told to go to get inspiration for the art on these kind of cards.
We went for a little hike in the forest for a few hours, having these like deep conversations, I imagine like hobbits do.
So while these works of art may not be the Mona Lisa,
I got a ballistic boulder. Enter combat and attack for 2.
You don't have to look too far to find smiles.
It's a different feeling knowing that we have a piece of Long Island here on Long Island as well.
Long Island card players tell me the game is always more fun when there's a local flair. From berries and donuts to some magic ice cream, Macy Eglin takes us to Mattituck in today's destination downtown.
The East End of Long Island is a summer season hotspot with so many fun family activities, and Mattituck is one of the tastiest destinations.
This time of year, East End farms are very busy, and here at Patty's Berries and Bunches, there's always something fresh to pick and enjoy.
I took a different direction and chose berries because I like them and flowers because I love them.
This family farm has been around since 1975. Patty grew up right across the street, and all summer long, you can pick your own seasonal berries and even enjoy a few along the way.
They can come out, see how they're grown, walk up and down the rows, pick a box, eat a box.
Plus, take a walk through a beautiful blooming flower fields and bring home a gorgeous bouquet.
It's just a different world that a lot of people don't have access to.
This North Fork hamlet also has a great little downtown. All along Main Street and Love Lane, you'll find great shops and tons of locally owned restaurants.
And for those with a sweet tooth, Mattituck is the place to be. Sink your teeth into delicious donuts from appropriately named North Fork Donut Company.
So our donuts are yeast donuts. They're fermented donuts. That's why they're so light and fluffy and airy.
These creative toppings have made North Fork Donuts a family favorite since they opened their doors in 2018. They moved into this new location on Love Lane and handcraft the treats here every day.
A lot of creative people, a lot of talented pastry chefs coming up with all of our flavors on a weekly basis and really trying to put out the best product we possibly can.
And the sweetness doesn't stop there. Top your day off with a scoop of homemade ice cream at Magic Fountain.
We make spicy, we make savory. You want something off the beaten path, we have it.
It's been a staple here for decades, serving up incredible cones and sundaes. Ali took over in 2007 and uses local products to create his unique flavors.
I'm waiting for some of the stuff that I grow in my backyard. I'm waiting for the peppers to ripen so we can make a chocolate chili ice cream with that.
Everything else he buys from local farm stands to create 62 year-round flavors, seasonal specialties, and even vegan varieties. Certainly a sweet spot to enjoy the summer season. For Newsday TV in Mattituck, I'm Macy Eglund.
Chocolate chili sounds interesting. Now, for more on Destination Downtown Mattituck, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.